video, I want to give you the blueprint to making your first $1 million. No matter where you are right now. Unless, of course, you're like really old. This shit ain't gonna work for you. You ain't got enough time. You finna die, bro. I don't know what to tell you, man. You've been fucking up too long. But if you are not elderly, not a senior citizen, then this will be a game plan that will work for you. I want to hop right into it. Now, here's the thing, guys. There are 2 paths you can take to accomplish this. You don't know which path to take. Don't worry, I'm gonna help you. This is you. What do I do? All right? Don't worry about it. That's you. You got 2 paths you can take. I want to be like Morpheus, giving you the red pill or the blue pill, but both the pills are red. They just have different side effects and they work a little different. So which red pill you want? I got a red pill and a burgundy pill, motherfucker. So the first route is you can be an entrepreneur. I'm sweating bullets, hoping I spell this word right. Is that right? I feel like it's too many words. Is that right? Yeah. Did I spell it right? That's right? Shout out to me, man. Shout out to me. Listen, I have dyslexia. Right, so that's route number 1. Or you could just get a job. I know a lot of these entrepreneur guys, make money guys on the internet. They say, man, you can't never have a job. A job's sucking. Best job. Listen, bro. There are a lot of strategic advantages to having a job over being an entrepreneur. You can still get rich doing it. I'm gonna show you how you can still do it. I'm gonna lay out both paths. You gotta decide which path you take. That's why I said it's gonna be the red pill or the fucking dark red pill. If I was Neo and I took the pill that took me in I was underground or some shit, riding around in a robot, I'd have been pissed because the fake shit was way better than that. Like, I'm here for this. I got holes in me. I'm fucking bitches underground. This shit is awful, my nigga. I digress. Job. The benefits of having a job, it's low risk. Almost everybody's doing it. The problem is, if you want to get rich, it takes a long time. We're going to get into how. It takes a long time. Now, if you want to be an entrepreneur, like all the fucking cool guys on the internet, yeah, okay. The problem is super high risk. In fact, you are very likely to fail. Almost all businesses fail. Super high risk. However, you can get rich quick. Get rich quick. I don't want to say quick. Can get rich faster than the job route. I don't want to use quick. What do I mean you can get rich faster? I have one student. I went out to dinner with her, my girl, and her boyfriend came. And she's one of my best students. She's a female student in my high ticket training program. She's my first female student to make over $1 million a year, right? She did it 2 years in a row. And she's like 26 right now. That's way different than the job route. Ain't nobody working a job making $1 million a year at age 26. Almost nobody. The only way to do that in that amount of time is to be an entrepreneur. However, it's high risk, super high risk, but it can be happening fast. This super low risk, but it's gonna be super slow. How long is it gonna take? Let me break down the math. How do you get rich with a job, man? The cool entrepreneur bros that I follow said, man, you'll never get rich working a job because they want you to buy their shit. I don't care if you buy my shit or not. In fact, don't buy my shit. Fuck you. Just shut the fuck up and listen. Let's say your broke ass start with $2,000. Nothing crazy, $2,000. Let's just say you got $2,000. Probably don't, but for the sake of this example, let's just say you got $2,000 somewhere, right? Let's say you can make an extra $2,500 a month. I'll explain how momentarily, but any asshole can do it. And let's say you invested that in either the stock market or real estate. They both give about 10% returns per year on average for 20 years. And again, stock market and real estate both give about 10% return. In 20 years, you have $1,700,000 and some change. Anybody can do this. I'm gonna explain how you can do this extra 2,500. I can explain. All right, but anybody can do this, right? So this means if you're fucking 20 and you work part-time at Foot Locker on Saturdays and Sundays for 20 years, you can be a millionaire by the time you're my age, 41. The reason it's more than $1 million is because there's a little something called inflation. Annual inflation rate is about 3.5% a year. 3.5% of 1 million is $35,000. $35,000 times 20 is 700,000. That's why I have this number. That's why I want you to make this much. Because 20 years from now, this will be $1 million in today's money, if that makes sense. Some of y'all too stupid to understand what I just said. That's cool. Just make sure you spell my fucking name right when I give it to you at McDonald's. When I order my 4 shots of espresso, make sure you spell my name right on the cup. I'm gonna say, hey, you ask me my name, I'm gonna say Dorillis. Spell it right when you give it to me. Right? You can't fail. But the entrepreneurship, this shit is not guaranteed. It's not guaranteed. All you need, so the game plan, if you got a job, a job, you have to make an extra $25K a month and invest it for 20 years. I'm saying you can do it. Anybody can do it. It's just difficult. It's difficult because you got to make an extra 24K. You may be thinking, man, I'm broke, man. I got 35 kids. How am I going to save this much? Listen, man, I ain't tell you to have all them kids. I'd have told you not to. Listen, you made your bed. You got to sleep in it. You know what I'm saying? You had unprotected sex with all them women. Now you got a bunch of kids. What I'm not gonna do is sit here and let you fucking blame your inadequacies on some children. Right? It's not their fault. They ain't asked to be here. That's your fault. You fucked them hoes without a condom. I digress. You're gonna figure it out, asshole. No matter how many bastard kids you got. And what you're gonna do, you're gonna have to work a little bit more. Right? So maybe that means on the weekends or after work, you work a little bit more. Get a part-time job in addition to your regular job. $2,500 and invest it every month. How can you do that? How much is that? How much is that a fucking week? 125 a month. You can sell crack. I'm just joking. There's all types of shit you can do, man. You can literally work at fucking Foot Locker, McDonald's, drive Uber a few hours after work. You know, you could just fucking drive. You can make that shit on a Saturday driving Uber, man, once a week. If you just fucking drove Uber a few hours a week on a Saturday, man, you just have to work more. This is your goal. And you just 20 years. Now you may be thinking, man, it's gonna take long. Yo, I'm actually doing this for my son. I'm putting like this much money in the stock market for him. I've been doing that since he was a fucking baby. We're putting about $2,000, $3,000 a month in the stock market for the little homie. He don't know it. He don't know it yet, man. But by the time he's 25, he gonna be a multi-millionaire. If he pleases his father, I'll decide if I want to, let him utilize those funds for like a business. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what the world's gonna be like in 20 years, but I'm gonna be ready with at least a meal for the homie. Or maybe it's just college fund. All right, little homie, go to college, man. If you want to, if that's still a thing, you ain't have a dope ass dad like me, so you got to do it for yourself, man. Or you can take the other route. I'm gonna tell you, man, it sounds cooler than it is. It's not guaranteed. It's high risk, but you can get there faster. It's more difficult as well. If you're gonna go to entrepreneur, right? Here's the thing: with the job route, I'm just asking you to work a little bit more than you're working now. You don't even have to cut your spending. Just work an extra few hours a week, extra 10, 20 hours a week, make $650 a week, man. All right. It's simple right here. This is going to take everything. All that fucking balance shit, all that enjoying life shit, vacation shit, you can forget about it. Because to make $1 million is going to take everything. Only 5% of businesses reach the $1 million a year mark. The likelihood of failure is super high. Almost guaranteed. Most entrepreneurs fail at their first business, right? It's going to take everything you got. The reason it's so difficult, okay, because at first you're going to be a solopreneur, right? So this is you. You're doing every part of your business. So you got to come up with the product or service. You got to come up with it, and you got to do the fulfillment. You have to do the marketing. You have to do the sales. You have to do the customer service. You got to, and there may be more to it depending on what your fucking business is, right? You got to do all of it, and you got to be good at all of these things. This is why entrepreneurship is so hard, because you have to have a good product or service. You can't sell bullshit, not for long, right? You know what I'm saying? Then you got to be good at marketing it. Then when you market, you got to be good at selling it, and then you got to make sure the motherfuckers is happy with your shit. You got to make sure they get it somehow. Whatever fulfillment means for your business, you got to be good at all of those things. This is why most businesses fail. Those are just 5 different skill sets, but there may be even more variables depending on the complexity of your business. Man, I got this great idea, man. I want to have fucking Timberland boots with rockets on it, man, so I can fly around the hood. And I'm like, yo, man, listen, it is a good idea. I would buy them. I'd be a customer, but like, yeah, man, the execution, how you going to execute that? You're not good at none of that. You ain't a rocket scientist. You're not even a designer, man. Then you don't know how to market rocket Timberland boots, man. It's a great idea, but that don't mean you can do it. You know, if I would have had the idea for Uber, I'd have fucked that shit up. I'd have ruined that shit. Cars crashing into each other, man. Like all types. I don't know how to do that shit. There's no way I can execute that shit. So you got all this shit. You got to do everything. Then when you finally get good at this shit, even this is probably not $1 million business you doing. This is like you can make a few $100,000. How are you living a balanced life if you got to do all this and get good at all this? Like how? Explain it to me. It won't work. And then you get to the point where you're making enough money. Hopefully, maybe, probably not though, where you start hiring other people to do this. All right. So maybe you have someone else do your marketing. Okay. All right, cool, man. Start paying other people to do your sales. Oh, okay. All right, cool. You know what I'm saying? Then you're paying other people to do the product or service. You're paying people to do your customer service. All right. And then whatever the fulfillment is, you're paying people to do this. Now, guess what? It's a whole new skill set because now you got to learn how to manage these motherfuckers. You got to learn how to train people. Then you're going to fire people. You might have fucking lawsuits. There's all types of crazy shit happening, right? It gets way more difficult. You maybe think, oh man, I pay other people to do it. It's going to be so much easier. No. Now you got a whole bunch of employees, and having employees is like having a bunch of fucking kids, right? It's having a fucking bunch of kids. Every time they have a problem, it's your problem. You know what I'm saying? Uncles dies like, fuck, I didn't tell that motherfucker to smoke cigarettes for 20 years. Now I gotta find somebody to do the customer service this week because this motherfucker been smoking for 20 years. Ain't that some shit? It's like having a bunch of kids. Not my video guys, obviously, not them. Those guys are the best, man. It's like I work for them, man. I'm nothing without the guys who are editing this video. Talk about everyone else, every last one of them. Yeah, you too, Brian. Motherfucker, this one guy. He told me not to talk about this on the podcast, so I won't use Mike's name. He was having a problem, you know, like it was a performance. I pulled him aside, and it was because he was having some marital problems. I had to fix this. I had to help this motherfucker fix his relationship so I can make more money. Ain't that some shit? I gotta be a relationship coach so I can keep making money. But you can get to $1 million faster, right? Because you have leverage here. You know, you're using people as leverage. You're using more money as because you get more income. You know, it's like right now we're just dealing with 2,500. You know, you can start bringing in way more money. So those are the two paths. I'm just telling you, they're both difficult. They both have their pros and cons. I'm not telling you which path to take. I'm not one of these guys who's saying, hey man, if you don't have a fucking job, you're a bitch. I'm not one of these guys who's like, man, you're a bitch if you work for someone else. I mean, when these motherfuckers say this shit, I be like, yo, these motherfuckers got employees. Like, what are they thinking? If you got a high paying job, like this is the low end. Like my boy Brian, he made, over $300,000 last year. You know what I'm saying? That ain't bad. Without the risk, without having to manage all these people, without all the fucking bullshit I had to deal with. So he put in a lot of hours, but if you get a high paying job, he did it in sales. That's why I think sales is one of the best jobs because it's somewhere in between these two. I think it's a good place to be. Sometimes I remember when I was really I was making $1 million a year and I used to fantasize about quitting this shit and selling Nissans. Oh, one thing I forgot to talk about, the responsibility. Remember, all these people work for you, right? And these motherfuckers got families and shit. I don't know about you, but me, that shit keeps me up at night. The responsibility, the knowing that the food that this kid gets on his table is based off my performance. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I don't show up and if I'm not the best leader I can, this motherfucker's daddy don't make no money. And now the kid can't get braces. He gonna get made fun of, or maybe even beat up. Cause he got buck teeth and shit. So I'm thinking about the employees and their kids and it's fucking pressure, bro. Nobody talks about that. Whatever route you take, or you might just say, hey, fuck it. I just want to be a regular guy doing regular shit, fucking regular bitches until I die. You might have more fun doing that shit, right? You might have more fun doing that shit. The problem with that is even that's a sacrifice as well. Cause you'll sit around wondering, damn, what could I have been if I really tried, if I really put my all into it? That's the type of shit that would make me kill myself, but some people don't. That's not a big deal to them. They just, want to smoke weed and watch Netflix and shit. It's like we're gonna play fucking games all day. I don't know. I can't tell you what to do. However, if you're ready to go down this route, you want to take the redder pill. I got a video you should watch right now about what to do to really march down this entrepreneurial path. Right. It's a treacherous road. You don't want to march down that path without a roadmap. This video that's going to pop up, it might be on my motherfucking forehead right now. Click that video. and check it out. All right.